guys, welcome back for another nail polish collection review, another spring collection. Obviously, spring is coming and I'm so excited, and as you can tell, I'm like ready to bring on all the spring vibes. This collection that I'm going to be reviewing today is the ORLY Spring Collection. It's the Aqua Aura collection. I also love all of the names of the polishes in this collection, and I think the collection is very cohesive. I'm excited to share it with you guys because I think you're gonna like it. I'm really getting into these kind of ethereal, dreamy shades, these opalescent, iridescent shades, and they're growing on me. If this collection is not available yet at Beyond Polish, I forgot to check, it will be available soon, so you will be able to get it there. I will link where it is available now if it's not available there. And if you do shop at Beyond Polish, make sure to use my code, and any other links that I have will be affiliate, just so that you guys are aware. And I appreciate you guys shopping off my links. It helps me out on my channel and allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, so thank you so much. There are 6 polishes and only 1 cream, and I still like the whole thing a lot. I don't know what that says. I think I'm just changing how I feel about certain things, which is good. Before we get into that though, the polish that I have on my nails is one that I absolutely am freaking out over, and we'll talk about it in a minute because you guys know I'm a nail polish freak. I just love it so much, so we'll talk to it when we get to it. And then I will link down my sweater, and oh, the lipstick is a Charlotte Tilbury one. It's a new one from their new Hollywood Icons collection that they just came out with, and it's called Icon Baby. It's such a beautiful nude, and it has a little bit of glitter in it. It's really interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to catch it, some shimmer in it. It's so pretty. I'm loving these. Charlotte Tilbury are probably my favorite lipsticks because they're so creamy and moisturizing. I love MAC too, but I think I like these a little bit more. Okay, let's get into the polishes. First, we're gonna start out with this lightest one, and it's called Sea Spray, and this is a white, kind of pearly iridescent shade that kind of shifts from goldeny orange color. It's got a white base in it. This white base and this one's a little bit more opaque than the one from the OPI collection, and I'll show that in a minute. I think that one's meant to be used as a topper as well, and you could probably use this as a topper. I didn't try it, but I felt like it was opaque enough to be pretty good on its own. I would say 2 to 3 coats on this one. It's just going to depend on how you apply it. I think I did 3 for my live swatch, and something I wanted to note about applying polishes like this. So polishes that have a lot of this kind of densely packed shimmer, they tend to stick to the bristles a little bit more, and so the brush holds on to polish a little bit more, and so you can tend to have so much on your brush. So I do clean my brush off quite a bit more than I typically do on the side of the bottle, just to have a better application. Sometimes it can be a little too thick, and then it'll be thick on the sides, and so I do take a little bit more off my brush. I just thought I'd let you know that, and so when you're applying it, you're kind of aware, and that goes for all shades like this that have like this light shimmer in them, at least that I have noticed in my experience. But this one does have a really great formula. It's a little bit more opaque, like I mentioned before, and I did 3 coats for this one. And I wouldn't say this one is like gritty, but you can definitely see like the shimmer particles in there more than you can in the OPI one, which I found really interesting. They're just a little bit more visible, but it's a beautiful shade. I really like it, and I'm definitely gonna wear it for sure. Okay, let's look at those comparisons. So I compared it to Glazed and Amazed, obviously, and that one, like I mentioned before, I feel like is more of a topper use. I think it can be used for both, and it's amazing on top of other colors too. So I would definitely choose that one to be a topper more than I would for this Sea Spray one from ORLY. So hopefully that'll help you decide which one to get. And then Essie Gel Couture Chiffon The Move. I had originally forgotten to pull that one out and get Oasis because I just forgot about them. And when I was cleaning out my nail polish storage room, I was like, oh, those are ones I need to pull out. So Chiffon The Move is a beautiful color. It has a more clean white base instead of a creamy beigey base, and I kind of like that a little bit more. But you're not going to be able to see that shimmer as much. It's not as visible, and it's going to take like 4 coats to build that one up. And then Essie Get Oasis is very similar in color tone, but it's not quite as shifty, or it doesn't show up as much as this one does. I'll let you look at that and decide if you want to get this one, but I do really like it, and I know I'll be reaching for it this summer. I think it'll be so beautiful when I have a tan, and so I think if I'm going to go with just this color on my nails, I'm going to reach for this one, and if I'm going to use it as a topper, I'm going to reach for the OPI Glazed and Amazed. So I liked this one. This one's beautiful too. It's a light pink shade. It has this pearly iridescent shift to it. It shifts from like blue to purple, and I love that. I think it's so fun, and it's going to be so fun in the summer. And I like that this is a little bit subdued. It's a little bit muted, so I think it's perfect for spring. I'm hoping they really come out with some fun, bright bright summery shades like this, because when they have this blue to purple shift, it reminds me of an OPI shade that I love in the summer, and I still love it. I just haven't worn it in a while, and it's OPI Hotter Than You Pink, and it's right here, and it's just a brighter purple, but it does have that blue purple shift in it, and it is perfect for summer. So I'm hoping Orly or OPI or Essie or someone will come out with a shade similar to this, because this is a beautiful one. And I know a few of you mentioned and wanted to see how it compared to other shades that have come out, especially in the Essie collection. I'll show that in a minute here. Anyway, I'm getting off on a little tangent, but I just love that polish. So I like that they're doing these lighter ones in spring, and I'm hoping in summer they'll bring some hot pinks with that shimmer in it too. This one has a good formula. Of course, it's going to be a little bit sheer just because you want that shift to shine through. And so I like to do 3 coats just to build it up a little more, and I think it gives a little bit more depth, but I think you can get away with 2 coats just depending on what you prefer. And I do think this would be pretty on top of this pink too. I didn't try that, but I think that would be really fun too, to have a little bit more of an opaque base and use this as a topper. So I definitely think you can use some of these as toppers if you want, but I think they apply very well on their own. I did pull out a few comparisons so you could see. I pulled out Essie Wetsuited Up. That does have a blue purple hint to it, but it's more of a shimmer glitter. And then Spring Fling from the Essie Spring Collection is a warmer pink I wanted you to see, and Flirty Flutters is also a cool pink with that shift in it, but it's darker and a little bit brighter, but not too bright. Definitely not as bright as Hotter Than You Pink, which a lot of you wanted to see. And I'm going to show that real quick. So here's Sea Spray, and then Flirty Flutters, and then Hotter Than You Pink is definitely a hot pink. So that one, I mean, while it reminds me of it, it's quite a bit different, so I didn't pull it out for comparisons, but I know a lot of you wanted to see that. And then this lighter one is the one that I have on my nails, and this is called Sea Blossom, and it is beautiful, you guys. I love that this is like a very cool icy purple toned pink, and it's the perfect tone. It's not too light, but it's not too dark. It's kind of in between light and medium. That's what I like about it, because it does make it a little bit different, and the fact that it leans purple makes it a little bit different too. The formula is really good on this one too. Really nice in 2 coats. I think I did 3 coats to build it up a little bit thicker. Sometimes I like to do 3 thinner coats, but I think you're pretty good in 2 coats. I know you're gonna ask me how this compares to one of my favorite polishes, Kaleidoscope Eyes, you guys. I think that is my #1 polish ever. It is so fantastic. I'm gonna grab it real quick. And you're gonna see this here in a minute on the comparison, but it is darker, but it is like a very similar color tone. I still think this is like my #1 polish ever. I just love it so much. And they have a very similar formula. So I feel like this is like the little sister, the little baby sister of Kaleidoscope Eyes, and I'm so happy to have it. I love it so much. And like I said, I'm kind of freaking out over it because I just absolutely love it so much. Let's look at that on the hand here. So I compared it to OPI Nature Strong Natural Mauve Mint, and that one's a little lighter and has more of a pinky purple tone. And then D&D Shimmer Sky. I pulled that one out because D&D sent me a lot of polishes, and I haven't done a lot of comparisons with them. That one's a little bit darker and it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's kind of a similar color tone, but definitely not the same. And then Orly Kaleidoscope Eyes, like I mentioned, is a little bit darker, same formula, same kind of color tone, and both are so fantastic. I think you need them both. And then another comparison, I have Easy Freezy, and that was from the new winter collection that was only available in the UK and some European countries. And that's definitely more of like a lighter muted, more pale shade. And then Run Wildflower is similar, but a little bit more pink. And then In the Universe is closest, but still cooler and a little bit more purple. So you can see I'm having a hard time. Nothing exactly the same, but there are some that are quite similar. All these next ones that you're gonna see, they all are pretty similar, but they do have slight differences, which I appreciate. And so Saved by the Bell is a little bit lighter and more pink. Same with French Affair. And Bond with Whomever is a little bit more pink too. So I think the thing that sets the Sea Blossom apart is it's just a little bit cooler toned, a little bit more purple leaning, and it's a little bit lighter than some of the other ones that are kind of similar to it. I'll let you decide if you want to get it, but it's definitely a favorite of mine. I love it so much, and of course I had to put it on. This is the one that I have on my nails right now. Then we have this beauty called Morning Dew. I'm loving all the names of these, you guys. And this is a beautiful turquoise color with a blue iridescent shimmer in it, and it is beautiful, you guys. This looks really bright and vibrant, but on the nail it's a little bit sheer, and so it is going to have a little bit of a soft quality to it. It's not like a pow in your face kind of summery turquoise. It's a little bit soft, which I think is perfect for spring and goes along with all the polishes in this collection. And so I really liked this one a lot, especially the color tone. I love turquoise polishes, and this one's definitely different from anything that I have in my collection, so I find that to be really fun. And the formula is really good, so I think you can do 2 coats. I did 3. I feel like with 3 it just builds up a little bit more dimension and adds a little bit more depth, and so I prefer a little bit more, but I think you can get away with 2 in this one. It'll definitely have coverage, but I feel like with that shimmer it just adds a little bit more with that extra coat. It's up to you, but you can definitely get away with 2. I don't want you to think that this has to have 3 coats. And it is gorgeous, because there were some that this one reminded me of and that I pulled out. Let's see how they compare. So I compared it to ORLY Close Call. They do have that kind of turquoise polish that they've released before, but that one's more of a pearly shade and it's really streaky, and we've come a long way, you guys. Shades like this are just getting perfected, and I feel like we've come a long way from that. There's absolutely no streakiness with these, and they just kind of glow on the nail. And then Main Attraction is kind of shimmery. That's a pearly shade as well, but it's different and Bustling Bazaar. When you hold up the bottles, this is the type of turquoise that it looks like, the same color tone. So I just wanted to put that on there so you knew what kind of range it was. But this one's much more opaque, obviously, and it's brighter, and because of the blue shift in Morning Dew, it makes this look more blue on the nail, and so obviously they're not going to look the same. But when you compare bottles next to each other, that's the same kind of color tone of turquoise that it is, and that's one of my favorite turquoise polishes. Ooh, this summer I need to do my favorite turquoise polishes. I need to step it up on my favorites though. I get too overwhelmed with all the collections that are new and coming in, but I need to get on some of those that I've been wanting to do. But turquoise, I think I'm going to do that this summer or spring before it gets to be summer. So this one is fantastic. It'll definitely make that list. Then we have Ripple Effect, and this one is stunning as well. It's a gorgeous blue. It's a purple leaning blue, but it also has this purple iridescent shift in it, same kind of shimmer that the other ones have, and it is beautiful. This one is a little bit more opaque, so you're not going to be able to see that shift as much just because it is a little bit darker and it's a little bit more opaque, but it just glows on the nails. And I love these types of blues. Any blues that lean purple are some of my favorites, but I really enjoy this. It's going to be opaque for sure in 2 coats to build that dimension up. I just felt like 2 was really good for this one. But let's get into those comparisons that I have, because it did remind me of a few polishes. So I pulled out You Do Blue. That was the one that I first thought of by Essie, and that one's lighter, and you can see the shimmer in it a little bit more. And you know, when this first came out, I was like, ugh, it has that shimmer in it. Why did they do that? But now that I'm like into more of these iridescent shades, I want to pull that one out, and so I think I'm going to pull that one out and wear it soon. I just appreciate it a little bit more now. And then Glow with the Flow has more shimmer glitter in it. Opposites Attract. I was going to say it's kind of opposite this, which is funny. It's more of a purple shade with a blue shift. The formula in this one's a little bit better than that. I just think it just looks better on the nail. So fantastic. I love some good, cohesive, consistent collections. Loving it. Next up is Golden Waves, and I wasn't as excited about this one. It just didn't really do anything for me or do anything for my skin tone, that is. Didn't really do anything for me either. But anyway, this one has a really goldeny shift to it. So, but I wouldn't say it's like a gold. It's kind of like an orange red toned color. It's very warm. It's very autumn, I would say. But I love the name Golden Waves. I think that is beautiful. And the instant I heard that name, I could picture like the sun glaring on the waves. And I was like, they picked that name and it's perfect for this. So it made me like it, but I don't think I'll wear it. It's just not very flattering on me. I think if you had dark skin, this is just gonna pop on you and look so beautiful. I love the name of it. I think it's perfect. And I love that it like put a picture in my head of waves and sunsets. So that's like my favorite thing. This one's a little bit different though. It's more shimmery, so the whole thing is like shimmer. It's gonna apply differently than these other ones, and it's gonna build up really nicely in 2 coats. So let's look at the comparisons that I have. I don't really have anything like this, which I found was really nice about this one, because I feel like they did a really good great job making it unique. Unless I'm missing something, I don't think I am though, but OPI Sweet Caramel Sundae is copper gold and then made it to the 7th Hill as more of a copper gold. And then I did pull out Essie Gel Couture Multifaceted, that's from their newest collection, and that one's more opaque. It's kind of like a burgundy mauve base with this same kind of shimmer in it, but I thought I might get asked about that one. So obviously this one's quite unique and I think it's fun and the name is beautiful, but I don't think I'll reach for it just because it's not really beautiful on me. I think this would be a fun toe color if you had dark skin too. If I get tan this summer, I usually do get kind of tan, then I think I might try it. We'll see. I don't know. I might play around with it. I'm feeling super chatty today, you guys. As a whole, I think this collection is beautiful. I would say my favorites are all of them except for this one, so I'm going to say these are my favorites. And so basically all of them except for that goldeny one. But look how beautiful and perfect for spring. And I'm just so glad they put in this one cream because it is amazing. Let me know which ones were your favorites. Are you liking this collection? Do you guys like this better than the Essie Spring collection? I feel like I like them both equally for different reasons, and I'm excited to wear them. Already sporting them today, but I can see myself wearing these in the spring, and I can see myself wearing them later on this summer when I have a tan. I just think they're going to be gorgeous. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I just want to let you guys know I did order the Ella and Mila ballet collection that they have. I wanted to get into Ella and Mila a little bit more, and since they just released that collection, I thought I'm gonna review that and see what it's like. So I'll have that up fairly soon. I've also got the OPI Infinite Shine. I've also got Morgan Taylor that I think I'm actually going to do next because I pulled out all the comparisons for it. They're right here on the floor by me, and I'll do that. So lots to look forward to. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks guys. Bye.